Yo, what's good, everybody? I'm rHiggy28. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be discussing the upcoming All-Star Game featured program. It's coming out on the 18th. They're going to give us 30 cards. It's going to be similar to Future of the franchise. And today, I'm going to be making my predictions about who I expect SDS to choose in order to become the All-Star Game cards. They're probably going to be 97, 98 overall cards. If you like this sort of content, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot. We're going to start off with the American League, and we're going to go through every single player that I believe is going to be an All-Star card. The first one is a really easy one to figure out. Jorge Lopez is the only representative from the Baltimore Orioles. Unfortunately, he's going to be the same as his Player of the Month card. He's just going to have higher hits per 9. So we already know an outlier sinker, slider, curveball, circle change. He's going to have a great pitch mix. He's going to be a really solid reliever, but it's not going to be too much of a difference from his Player of the Month card. JD Martinez is my pick for the Boston Red Sox. He was recently announced as an injury replacement. The reason that I had to choose JD Martinez is because they just had the Rafael Devers Lightning Player of the Month card, and they released the Xander Bogaerts awards card. JD Martinez is most likely just going to be a bench bat. He's not really going to be fast enough to play in your outfield. It's still going to be a really nice card to see. The Yankees were one of the hardest teams for me to make a choice in. A lot of people are going to want to see Aaron Judge. I don't think that that's going to happen. I believe that they're going to be saving Aaron Judge for a Yankees Finest card at the end of the year. They're going to want to give him a huge 99. What they do with the All-Star cards is they usually take a guy that otherwise wouldn't really get a high diamond, and they make him one of those high diamonds. My choice is Nestor Cortes. It was tough for me to choose him over Jose Trevino. Trevino feels like the guy that really won't get another card. To cushion the blow against them not choosing Judge, I figure Nestor Cortes is the smartest option. He's been a fan favorite all year long. We already got a high diamond Clay Holmes in the Player of the Month program, and Garrett Cole is gonna get a high diamond later on down the line. So Nestor Cortes kind of fits that mold of being the perfect candidate for the All-Star Game card. The Rays only have one representative in the All-Star Game, so it's pretty easy to figure out that Shane McClanahan's gonna be that card. If they don't give him outlier fastball and they don't give him a sinker, I really don't think that Shane McClanahan's gonna be very useful. There's a whole bunch of picks from the Blue Jays that we could have gone with. I'm going with Alejandro KIRK. He's pretty much been the best catcher in the American League. He makes a whole lot more sense than giving George Springer another high diamond card. We just got his BR reward card. Vlad Jr. is gonna be good enough to get a different card later on in the game cycle. And Alek Manoah already had the face of the franchise card. It's time for Alejandro KIRK to get his just due. Once again, we have another team that only has one representative. We're gonna run into that a lot. I know a lot of people don't really love Tim Anderson, but personally last year I did amazingly with his Field of Dreams card. I could see the All-Star Game card being kind of similar. I think that we could see a lot of Tim Anderson sneaking into people's lineups. The Tigers All-Star representative is gonna be Gregory Soto. Miguel Cabrera is definitely gonna get a very good, very high diamond card at the end of the year. This is going to be Gregory Soto's last shot. Gregory Soto might end up being the best left-handed reliever that we have in the game at this point. Last year, his All-Star Game card was really good, and I expect more of the same this year. The Guardians All-Star card was another tough one for me. It's easy to rule out J-Ram. We'll definitely get some sort of J-Ram card in the home run derby set, because the way that it works is they give us each of the home run derby competitors in a pack. The first 4 that get eliminated are going to be in the base round. The next 2 that get eliminated will be in the middle round, and the winner and runner-up will probably be in the rare round. For that reason, we know Jose Ramirez is in the home run derby. He will not get this all-star game card. Ultimately, I chose Gimenez over Clase because there are a ton of pitchers in this program, and Gimenez probably isn't really gonna get another really great card in the game. J-Ram is gonna be in the home run derby, and Clase is probably going to get another card that's going to be really good and really usable later on in the year. The Royals only have one representative, and that's Andrew Benintendi. He's going to have a similar card to his face of the franchise, just give him slightly higher boosted stats. The Twins have both Byron Buxton as an all-star representative and Luis Arraez. Last year, everybody was waiting and desperate for the Buxton Finest card, and it never came. I think that people would be in an absolute uproar if SDS chose Arraez over Buxton. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna make things right a little bit by giving us that all-star version of Buxton. My choice for the Astros was surprisingly not as difficult as I expected. Framber Valdez is gonna be the only one that doesn't get a high diamond or doesn't have a high diamond already. Jose Altuve had the player of the month recently. He's gonna end up getting a better card later on in the year. Kyle Tucker is personally one of my favorite hitters in the game, so I'm sad to say that I don't think he's getting the all-star game card. He already had a face of the franchise card. He's probably gonna get a better card later on in the year. Justin Verlander will have some sort of Cy Young card or some milestone, and Yordan Alvarez just had the Lightning card. That leaves Framber kind of on the outs in that group of players. They're all very highly accomplished players that either have high diamond cards or will get high diamond cards later on. I believe the Angels representative is gonna be Shohei Ohtani. It's almost like Ohtani is 2 different players. What I believe that they'll do is give Ohtani a really good hitting card for his all-star game card, and later on they'll probably give a 99 finest card as a pitcher. They want to save the Mike Trout high diamond card for much later. They really don't want to burn him on an all-star game pack. Paul Blackburn is Oakland's only all-star. He's gonna be one of those guys that kind of gets overlooked until the packs actually come out, because I really think that Blackburn could be a big difference maker. Seattle's only representative is Julio Rodriguez. He's gonna have incredible speed. He's gonna have great fielding and great hitting. Julio Rodriguez is a guy that a lot of people have been wanting to have a high diamond for a while. There's 2 Rangers All-Stars. We got Martin Perez and Corey Seager. Well, they made it really easy for them to make the choice. It's definitely going to be Martin Perez. Corey Seager is in the home run derby. As a result of that, Martin Perez is gonna be the all-star game card for the Rangers. He didn't really do well for me as the player of the month version of his card, and his all-star game card is just gonna be kind of a beefed up version of that. On to the National League, and we're starting with the tough one, the Atlanta Braves. They have 4 really good representatives. It honestly could have been any of these 4 guys. I ended up going with Travis d'Arnaud. The other person that I was highly debating was Dansby Swanson. Max Fried would be a very exciting card, but there's a ton of pitchers in the program right now, and William Contreras doesn't bring as much to the table as d'Arnaud or Swanson. If I'm being honest, I can easily see them going with Swanson instead of d'Arnaud, but I kind of see Swanson as getting a card down the line, whereas Travis d'Arnaud, the best card that he can maybe hope for is another Gold Glove Award card, but it won't be that good. I fully expect Swanson to get himself a really good high diamond card later on down the line, and I don't expect the same out of d'Arnaud. The Marlins choice was fairly easy. It's gotta be Sandy Alcantara. Jazz Chisholm already has his face of the franchise card. He's probably gonna get a good card later on. Sandy Alcantara has been one of the best pitchers in the National League, and I truly believe that the reason that they didn't give him a Player of the Month card is because they were preparing to give him the All-Star card the whole time. The Mets were another team that it took me a little while to decide who I thought was honestly going to be the All-Star game card. Ultimately, I went with Jeff McNeil. There's not a ton of infield representation among the picks that I believe that they're gonna make. Pete Alonso is gonna get a home run derby card once again. Starling Marte and Edwin Diaz both got really good cards towards the end of the year last year, so I can see them getting the same exact treatment. Jeff McNeil is not really going to get a high diamond card unless it's in this program. So it's a good chance to get a left-handed second baseman who also plays first, third, left, and right. The Phillies All-Star card is definitely going to be Bryce Harper. Their only other representative is Kyle Schwarber, and we just saw his Player of the Month card. We might not get another chance at a Bryce Harper card for the rest of the year. He might be out for the rest of the season. We don't quite know. Hopefully he's not, but he did get hurt really bad. I have a feeling that he's gonna get the Jacob deGrom treatment of last year. He's gonna get one of the highest overall cards in this entire series, and it's probably gonna be the last Bryce Harper card that we actually see. Juan Soto is the only all-star on the Washington Nationals. Everybody loves a good Juan Soto card. It's the perfect time for a high diamond Juan Soto, a fan favorite from years past. Everybody's gonna want to try out Juan Soto, and he is going to be worth the time. The Cubs were another team that I had a hard time choosing between. Ultimately, I went with Ian Happ over Wilson Contreras. We got a lot of catchers in the futures of the franchise program. We needed more guys that could play the infield. Well, Ian Happ has left field, center field, right field, second base, and third base. He's a switch hitter, and he has a filthy swing that every BR player loves. Contreras can probably get the Cubs' finest card at the end of the year. The Reds, unsurprisingly, only have one all-star. Castillo always has a great pitch mix. He was really solid last year. His 42 card was very good. This is going to be basically a beefed up version of that card. He's going to be a very good pitcher in this program. The Brewers were a tough one. Josh Hader and Corbin Burns are their two representatives. Ultimately, I ended up going with Josh Hader. Truth be told, I could probably flip a coin. Either one is going to be a really great card. I'm basically leaning towards Hader because of the lack of lefty relievers in the game, and it's a good way for SDS to introduce one that's probably going to be in people's pens for the rest of the year. The Pirates' only representative is David Bednar. A fastball curveball splitter is a really bad pitch mix. Though he's great in real life, David Bednar is a mid reliever at best. He's gonna be somebody that nobody's gonna use. There were 4 choices for the Cardinals, and I went with Arenado. We recently just got the Ryan Helsley Player of the Month card, so I think he's completely out. Pujols is definitely going to get a 99 by the end of the year. He also has that great Rookie of the Year card that a lot of people still use in their lineup. So it really came down to Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt does have that 91 All-Star Game card. I know nobody uses it. I know it doesn't really matter, but he does have another diamond already in the game. Arenado does not have another diamond. He is a third baseman, so he's got better positional versatility than Goldschmidt. It's kind of the perfect way to allow Goldschmidt to be the finest card at the end of the year because he's having a slightly better season than Arenado, and it's a good way to get Arenado a nice high diamond card. Joe Mantiply is the only representative from the Diamondbacks. Finally, he's going to get his just due. I'm really honestly not sure if he's going to be that useful. He is a left-handed pitcher. He's got sinker, curveball, circle change. SDS very well could give him something like a slider or a cutter, and all of a sudden Joe Mantiply is one of the better relievers in the game. I'm really looking forward to what they decide to do with his card and if they enhance his pitch mix. CJ Cron, the only live series diamond for the Rockies, is unsurprisingly their only all-star representative. We know what we're getting from CJ Cron. He's basically going to be a buffed up version of his Face of the Franchise card, but who knows, maybe he turns out to be one of the better first basemen in the game. We're gonna have to see when the program drops. The Dodgers was a tough one for me. It's Tony Gonsolin, Trey Turner, Clayton Kershaw, and Mookie Betts. Mookie already has a 95 overall diamond. Clayton Kershaw has already been given a 91 overall card. It came down to be between Tony Gonsolin and Trey Turner, and it breaks my heart to say that I do not think that we're getting All-Star Game Trey Turner unless by a miracle he ends up being the MVP of the All-Star Game. Similar to the Home Run Derby packs, we're going to get All-Star Game packs from the game that same exact day. So I'm hoping that Trey really shows out and gets himself one of the higher versions of the card in that pack. I don't really see Gonsolin getting another chance at a high diamond card this year, but later on down the line, Trey Turner is definitely going to get some sort of 99. Joe Musgrove is my pick for the Padres over Manny Machado. It was kind of a tough decision because we have seen a lot of starting pitchers in this program. Joe Musgrove doesn't really have another path to getting a high diamond card unless maybe they give him the finest card. And honestly, as much as people may want a Machado card, this Joe Musgrove card is probably going to turn into one of the best pitchers in the entire All-Star Game card series. And the last team we're talking about is the Giants. It was kind of a toss-up for me. They have Carlos Rodon and Jock Peterson. I know a lot of people want to see a high diamond Jock Peterson, and we may very well see that. I'm not really 100% confident on this pick. Jock Peterson already had that Player of the Month card. I don't think that a higher diamond is going to be too much different. Carlos Rodon doesn't have another diamond card in this game besides his live series card. All in all, this is one of the ones that I'm least confident in. It's one of those that I'm not really 100% sure if I'm right on, because like I said previously, we do have a lot of starting pitchers in this program. So those are my predictions for the All-Star Game featured program. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Do you agree with them? Do you disagree with some of the picks? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you're as excited as I am to get to this All-Star Game featured program.